Extract from the plea of Thomas Muir, Esquire, at his celebrated trial in Scotland. Gentlemen of the jury, this is now perhaps the last time that I shall address my country. I have explored the tenor of my past life. Nothing shall tear me from the record of my departed days. The enemies of reform have scrutinized, in a manner hitherto unexampled in Scotland, every action I may have performed, every word I may have uttered. Of crimes most foul and horrible have I been accused, of attempting to rear the standard of civil war, to plunge this land in blood, and to cover it with desolation. At every step, as the evidence of the Crown advanced, my innocency has brightened. So far from inflaming the minds of men to sedition and outrage, all the witnesses have concurred that my only anxiety was to impress upon them the necessity of peace, of good order, and of good morals. What, then, has been my crime? Not the lending to a relation a copy of Mr. Paine's works, not the giving away to another a few numbers of an innocent and constitutional publication, but for having dared to be, according to the measure of my feeble sensation of the people, in the house of the people, for having dared to attempt to accomplish a measure by legal means which was to diminish the weight of their taxes, and to put an end to the profusion of their blood. From my infancy to this moment I have devoted myself to the cause of the people. It is a good cause. It will ultimately prevail. It will finally triumph. Say then openly in your verdict, if you do condemn me, which I presume you will not, that it is for my attachment to this cause alone, and not for those vain and wretched pretexts stated in the indictment, intended only to colour and disguise the real motives of my accusation. The time will come when men must stand or fall by their actions, when all human pageantry shall cease, when the hearts of all shall be laid open to view. If you regard your most important interests, if you wish that your consciences should whisper to you words of consolation, rather than speak to you in the terrible language of remorse, weigh well the verdict you are to pronounce. As for me, I am careless and indifferent of my fate. I can look danger and I can look death in the face, for I am shielded by the consciousness of my own rectitude. I may be condemned to languish in the recesses of a dungeon. I may be doomed to ascend the scaffold. Nothing can deprive me of the recollection of the past. Nothing can destroy my inward peace of mind, arising from the remembrance of having discharged by duty.